Hello and welcome to another video review of Smith TV. So today I want to talk to you about Dicemasters. You've gotten into Dicemasters and you've got a ton of dice and you don't know what to do with them. Your table might look something like this. Alright, so you've got a ton of dice, you don't know what to do with them, you don't know how to store them, you don't know what to do with your cards. I'm here to let you know what to do, as well as give you tips on some of the other accessories that come with playing this game. Dicemasters is a fantastic game of building dice and defeating your opponent by punching them in the face. I absolutely have fallen head over heels with this game, and if you have too, then this hopefully will help you figure out the proper way to store it, because I've been losing my mind for the last year trying to figure out how to properly store this game, and I think I found a very, very, very good solution. So we will take you through a couple of different things. First on the list is the Dicemasters playmat, and that looks like this. Gives you places to put your basic action cards and the dice that go with those. Shows your entire play area, as well as your team and a life track at the bottom. This is a cool mat. Is it worth the $20 to $25 it costs for it? No. And I will explain why. The odds of you bringing this with you to play random pop-up games of Dicemasters, which is most of how I play them, slim to none. Now, if you do something like what I've done over here, give me 1 second. A user on BGG has printed a minimalist version of this play area in this form. And what I have done is I have taken two of them, butted them up face to face, and laminated it, because I have access to that at work, to form a two-player playmat, significantly smaller than just the single player's playmat. What this allows you to do is build your team. You can set them up to one side or the other, or both, however you want. And then you could play each other with your attack zone illustrated in the center, your field, your use, your prep, your reserve, and if you want, you can get a life counter slide. I also use one of the digital life counters, which I have right here. If you play any form of TCG or CCG, I strongly recommend getting one of these. If you're a fan of Star Realms, I strongly recommend getting one of these. Using an app on your phone is great until your phone dies, or if you need it if you're at a convention or something. This thing is fantastic. It's $10, worth every penny. So far, you should be getting one of these. You should be printing one of these off. The playmat, if you can get it at a decent price, go for it. If not, I would pass on it personally. If you're just getting into the game and you picked one up, don't feel bad, because it does help you remember your steps and it helps you lay your stuff out. But for those of us that have been deep into the game for a while, I think this is a waste of money. Just my opinion, though. So you don't even have to listen to it. All right, so let me get this rolled up and out of the way. All right, so we've gotten the play area taken care of. Now we got to figure out what the hell you're going to do with all those cards. There are a couple. One is ye old dollar white box. For anybody that has played any form of CCG, you are familiar with this. I sleeve all of my cards based off of set. This is a full set of Avengers vs. X-Men. This is a full set of Uncanny. You can sleeve your cards up, put them in this box, or don't sleeve them. I have an example of that. These are extra DC cards that I have picked up. All right, so you got your boxes. You can go that route if you wish. The other option, which I am a fan of, if the boxes don't do it for you, then the other option is the Ultra Pro binder. And this is great because you can fit 2 full sets if you get the bigger one, the 3-card, 9-card paged one. You can fit 2 full sets in one binder. So currently I have the DC Justice League set and the entire D&D set. As well as extra pages. So if I get any OP stuff, more so than I already have, I can fill that out. I like this option because it allows you to flip through and read all of the cards as you're going through them. When you're building a team, this helps out a lot, especially if you're unfamiliar with any of the cards. It also helps as far as collecting goes because then where a gap is, you know you need that card. This is currently in a team of mine. But you know that space is open because you need it. Makes it pretty easy to go through and figure that out. So that's card storage kind of knocked out of the park. There's 2 more options for card storage, but it's combined. It's card and dice. So now we'll get into dice storage. And again, you can go to Ye Old Box, repurposing a Netrunner box for this one. This is storing all of my extra sidekick and basic action dice. Because every time that I buy a collector's box or a starter set, I get a full playset of dice that I don't need. I really, really, really wish the starter cards would come in another way, but $15 and I can get somebody else into the game by just giving them the dice and a bunch of cards. I'm not going to complain too much about that. So that's an option. Store your dice that way. Or for $2.99, you can get the Deep Dish counter from Danvers and Games from Cool Stuff Inc., as I've done here. And this is enough to store an entire playset of Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice, as you can see here. Any dice that are missing are in teams that I have built set off to the side, but it will fit the entire set. My only issue is, if you look, it's kind of tight when you fill a set in. So if let's say I just wanted to play the Time Wizard, pulling that out was a bit of a pain. And I don't feel like this is a sturdy enough construction for me. So while this is a great interim, sorting out your dice to see what you need, what you have, filling out your teams of, your squads of 4, overall, not the best solution. But for $2.99, you really can't complain. I've included a link at the bottom of this video to those counters and the big box that I'm about to show you in a little bit. The other option for storing your dice and your cards is the setup box, or as they're calling them now, the collector's boxes. And what these allow, I have literally printed out these minimalist cards and put them in everything that I have Dicemasters related because they're just so small and so rad. What the collector's box allows is 2 rows of dice storage. So this has all of the dice for my DC set and all of my Avengers vs. X-Men dice. My only issue with the collector's box or the setup box is if you sleeve your entire set, it will not fit into the trays for the cards. That is my only gripe with this. This is a great storage. It worked for Quarters. It works for this. It fits an entire set for each set that you're collecting, but it does not fit all of the cards. So what do you do if you want to store all of your cards and all of your dice in one box? Or at least have all of your dice acceptable and most of the cards that you want? Thankfully, the good people at Daedalus have found an answer. Behold the Daedalus Dicemasters storage box. This thing does so much. For $55 to $79 constructed, you can get yourself one of these boxes. It is a finished wood material, fully assembled if you get the assembled version. If you get the disassembled version, I hope you have an arts and crafts degree. It's got a magnetic clasp on the front, which I will show you. So, 2 very, very, very strong magnets on either end. It's also got a very decent hinge on the back, so for those of you who are worried about like a cigar box popping open on you, won't happen with this. And here is what the inside looks like. Behold it in all of its glory. Now, the reason why I say that this is the best storage option is because you can get a team box and you can have it separated out with your teams and your dice. But if you're carrying more than one team, you're going to have to separate all of this stuff out. What Daedalus has done, and this is just fantastic, is not only have they given you a bunch of dividers so you can have a bunch of teams going at once if you want. If you have the cards and you have the ability to do them. Let's see here. So this is my Overcrush team. We'll put this right here. And then this is the Spider Bomb. Well, hybrid Spider Bomb. Because Spider Bomb doesn't work the way that we wanted it to anymore because we can't break a card. And then finally, I've got this is the team that won Worlds. I've been playtesting it just for shiggles. And then my basic action cards and my extra bags, because I always keep them with me in case I'm showing somebody how to play. All right, so we will put these here. We'll slide a new divider in because I'll make sure nothing gets whacked out of place. And the dividers go in fairly smooth. At no point am I really afraid that I'm going to break the box or any of the contents there within. So you can separate your teams out into the different locations here, but then it comes with these little trays here. And what's sweet about these is if you don't want to lay your teams out into the storage trays, you can have your teams already pre-built with your sidekick dice already in them at a 30-second setup time reach. That is just awesome. The fact that I could take this box to a Dicemasters event, pull this tray out, pull this set of cards out, and go, all right, ready to play. All set. Let's do this. That's just righteous. Like, I can't explain how much that means to me because I like the team boxes with the magnetic clasp on the front and everything. And yeah, it's cool. You can throw it in your backpack and it doesn't really go anywhere. But as far as setup goes, this is great. There's plenty of room to store the rest of your cards. So let's take my box with my Avengers vs. X-Men set, just to give you an example. I'm going to throw the entire Avengers vs. X-Men with OP cards in it. And these are sleeved. I will put a new divider in. And there it is. So that is the entire Avengers vs. X-Men set minus the few cards that I have in my built decks. And all of the OP cards for those sets. You still have room for at least another set, if not possibly two. I think overall you could fit 3 in here. If you don't separate out your builds for your other teams, you could fit 3 full sets in here. So let's get to the storage trays, because this was the part that most intrigued me. So if you look, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of trays, and then this is a bottom tray that is flat. All right. So I'm going to close this up and get it out of my way. That magnet is like, watch your fingers when you're playing with it. That's all I got to say. All right, so I'm going to take my Justice League set from over here because this has been sitting kind of without a home this entire time. And then I'm just going to lay them out, put them, give them a new home. because they all deserve to have their own place. All right, so you guys are just gonna sit here and watch me kind of dirtle myself as I find all my dice and put them where they belong, just to show you what's what. I cannot stress enough how awesome this full set is. Like, this thing blew me away when I received it. I thought for sure that I was going to get another disappointing storage solution, something that wouldn't do what I wanted it to do, something that would just make me not happy. And that's kind of where I've been with this. The collector's boxes are okay, and they do what you want them to do, which is store your dice and not have them going everywhere. But they don't complete what you want them to complete. And this actually does. And I cannot stress how awesome that is, and what a great feeling that is as a fan of these types of games, and somebody who wants to find something that can, you know, kind of take us to the next level in our gameplay. What this allows you to do, for if you are going to a constructed event or any kind of event where you need to bring your own cards and your own dice, you can have your entire collection at your fingertips with one of these boxes, more or less. If you have one of these boxes in a binder, you're set. You can have all of the cards and all of the dice that you need for those sets right there with you. So, all right, I am almost done. I might have to go to a second level for this, but that's okay. Kind of expected that. Honestly, I would have been shocked if I fit the entire set in this one tray. Like, they thought of that. All right, so I will complete my Constantine, my dead man there. So we will move the tray over, and then I will finish out the Justice League set. So Batman will go there. Robin will go there because why not? And Catwoman will go there. So with 1 1/3 of a tray, I have completely filled out my Justice League set. I still have all of this space remaining. The odds of me fitting like 3 or 4 complete sets in here are pretty good. And again, that just makes me happy. So, got the full set of dice in here. See? I'll close it up, and then you can put more dice on top. So the other thing that was thought about in this set that really, really, really blew my mind was, remember in the beginning when I said that you have 4 trays and then this bottom flat tray? Well, in the offhand chance that you want to do it, and I don't know that I recommend doing it, but if you want to, go for it. You can have this tray full, and then when you remove all the dice from it, you flip it over. The flat tray, it'll hold dice to the bottom of the set. If it would have come with 2 of these, so you could do it on both sides and completely just stack it, flip it over to do what you wanted to do, this would get a 100% must-have rating. Right now, it's getting like a 98. So that's the only gripe. I genuinely like this set. I feel if you are a Dicemaster collector and you are looking for something that can store enough of your collection that when you go to an event, whether it's a convention or Worlds or an organized place thing, you can bring this with you, set it up, and have it do exactly what you want it to do. You don't need to bring, I mean, we know there's turds in every set, so you don't need to bring every card with you, but you could bring damn near all of them, as well as most of your dice. Enough to get the job done if you want to change your team up on the fly, or if you haven't had a chance to play test anything and you want to tweak. In this box, you can fit everything you need. So I think that's pretty sweet. That's about all I've got for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was illuminating. The link for the data list boxes is at the bottom of the video. I strongly recommend checking them out. They also have one for couriers, which will fit all of the courier cards. You can separate. I mean, it's the same box. It's just got a different logo etched on it. This one has the DC Batman logo, which has the Superman diamond and the bat signal. A little hard to see, I'm sorry about that, but the Couriers one has the Couriers logo. There's a D&D set or a blank case, no exterior etching, and there's an Avengers versus X-Men set. So this is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. I cannot get over how awesome this case is. So you'll see me playing with it in the future. Grace and I, my daughter and I, are going to be doing unboxing videos for the Age of Ultron set. We are going to be doing playthroughs. I'm going to teach her how to play and get aggressive and kind of make her a spiky player, because that's what a good father does. And we will definitely be talking about this box more and more as we go along. If at all there's anything that pops out as being a negative, I will let you know. But right now, I got nothing. Everything lines up. Everything looks perfect. This is really good. So with that, this has been Smith TV. I want to thank you all for watching. Please look for our reviews of Dicemasters. Each set, we do these sets individually on our website. Right now we have the Avengers vs. X-Men and the Uncanny X-Men set reviewed. The D&D and Yu-Gi-Oh sets will be going up very soon. And Justice League is set out a little bit into the future, because we review other board games too. So if you are interested in board game reviews, please check us out. We take a little bit of a cheeky look at board games and the board game community. And as always, if you're looking to jam a game of Dicemasters, let me know. My name is Tim. I am from the Eastern PA area. So if you're in the area, please message me. Otherwise, if you want to try and do one over Skype or Hangouts, let me know. I'm always down. Why not? And super shout out to the Dicemasters Unlimited group on Facebook and Dicemasters Traders on Facebook. You guys have been absolutely awesome in keeping me interested and into this game, and enjoying every minute of it. So you guys have been fantastic. And that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.